As the word of God says, without faith, it is impossible to please God. You got to see some things manifesting before you see them in your present time. You got to see some things down the road. You got to see that God's taking you through to get to where you're going. You got to see that in the spirit realm. And when you see it in the spirit realm, you can go through whatever you're going through, because you know that where you are is not your destination. Where you are is only a pit stop along the journey to where God is taking you to. Where you are is only a place where God is processing you for the promise that he has for you. But you got to hold to God. You got to keep believing in spite of what it looks like, in spite of what you feel like, in spite of what people are saying about you. You got to believe that God has greater down the road. Anybody in here believe that God has greater down the road for you? Then when you're going through, when you're crying, you got to think about, I got something greater coming. When you're feeling sad, you got to believe, I've got something greater coming. When you feel like throwing in the towel, you got to believe that I've got something greater coming. And when you know that you have something greater coming, you can say that all things are working together for my good, because I love the Lord and I've been called according to his purpose. Look at somebody and tell them, hold on to your promise. Look at somebody and rock them and shake them and shake them and rock them and rock them and shake them and tell them to hold on to your promise. On the inside that everything is gonna be all right. You got to believe, in spite of what it looks like, that everything is gonna work out for your good. All you got to do is stay on the path that God has ordered you to stay on. And when you stay on the path, that's when God begins to let things work in your favor. Oh, the enemy comes but to steal, kill, and destroy. But you got to recognize that God has not given us the spirit of fear, but a power, love, and a sound mind. The enemy wants you to lose your mind in the midst of what you're going through. He wants you to lose your praise in the midst of what you're going through. But you got to stand flat foot and tell the devil that I shall not be moved. I'm going to be like that tree that's planted by the river of water. Come hell or high water, but I'm going to stand my ground, because I know that if God be for me, he's more than the... Wait, let me change that. It says when God's for you, he's more than the world against you. You got to believe that God's for you in the midst of the storm. You got to believe that God is for you in the midst of your tribulations. And when God's for you, you got to know that he's holding your hand in the midst of what you're going through. When God's holding your hand, that's when you got to give God praise. The enemy wants to steal your praise. He wants you to complain. He wants you to become depressed. He wants you to become sad. But you ought to tell him that I have determined within myself that I'm going to bless the Lord at all times. And his praises. I said, and his praises. Can you tell somebody his praises? Not the praises of money. Not the praises of who I'm connected to. Not the praises of my friends. But I'm going to bless God at all times. And his praises shall continually be in my mouth. And if you push me a little further, I'm going to make my boast in the Lord. I'm going to tell the enemy, you may have me down right now, but God's going to bring me out of this. And when he brings me out, I'm still going to praise him some more. You got to make up in your mind that your circumstances don't determine your praises, that your circumstances don't determine your joy. But somebody said, this joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me. And since the world didn't give it to me, the world can't take it away. Look at your neighbor and say, I got joy that the world cannot understand. I got joy in the midst of my storm. I got joy in the midst of my tribulations. I got joy in the midst of my sickness. Tell your neighbor that the world can't take this joy, because